Dow Jones 11,000. This is going to be a really big deal for CNBCers. They're going to eat this stuff up. They're going to have the analysis from all these economists who didn't see the greatest downturn since the Great Depression, telling you how this is evidence of a deep-seated recovery, a jobless recovery at that. And I'll give them that. The stock market is without a doubt having a jobless recovery. Just remember, Dow Jones was at 14,000 a month before the Great Recession started. I don't think we're out of it. I think just like the Great Depression, you can have GDP bounces. You can have positive quarters of GDP, just like we did throughout the Great Depression, especially when we've got all this economic stimulus stimulating American pockets, especially with these recent refunds that have went into their wallets and tax credits. But Dow 11,000, let's be real, low volume. It's a hedge fund rally. It's up 70%. What has the Dow been up 70%? In a year? Never. Okay, the last thing we can compare it to is in the Great Depression. As far as this rally that on low volume, I hate to say it, but look at 1929. To me, low volume and historically has been a bear market rally and has no conviction. And we've seen this before time and time again throughout history. Of course, no one's talking about that. Everybody's just focusing on the Dow Jones going up and banks making more money. They're charging you 14-15% on your credit card, and they're borrowing money for free from the Federal Reserve. So wow, the banks are making a profit. Big surprise. I was talking to Bradford Hanson at CSL Financial, and he was looking at some data. I wish I could quote him on it. I forgot it, but he was talking about how the ratio for bulls versus bears is like it's the most in decades. So these, of course, are all indicators that we've hit a top. Am I going to try to call a top at 11,000? Heck no, not after I tried to call the top at Dow 10,500. I started buying bear funds slowly, 10,250, 10,500, 10,750. So I'll be buying some more at 10,000, or excuse me, at 11,000, because I know the inevitable. And in the short term, this is a trade for me. So those of you preparing for a currency clap, hyperinflation, I don't encourage you getting involved in bear funds. I encourage people to find sound, safe investments. Get your food, get your supplies. For basically utility disruptions, things that are going to happen, things that have happened in other countries that have faced what we're going through. And then with extra money, I encourage people to buy shares of something backed by something real, like an oil company or an actual metal, silver or gold. You guys all know what I'm interested in as far as doing what I do to protect myself, so I don't need to repeat myself over and over again. But I'm just staying the course. I look at the economic data, and I talk to people. I talk to people every day, and I know I'm in California, so I'm kind of in a California bubble because it's pretty bad here. But because of YouTube, I talk to people around the country and around the world now, and I'm hearing the same thing. People's friends and family members are laid off, and they're still laid off. Look at the amount of people who've been unemployed for 27 weeks plus. We're at records here. Look at the emergency unemployment benefits that no one reports except for, as far as I know, the Vision Victory Channel. And I haven't even seen it on blogs. So, I'm just looking at the data. I'm not bearish. I'm not a pessimist. I'm an optimist. I was born an optimist. Believe me, I would love to be out there opening businesses up and buying these businesses that have been beat up. But the problem is I think they're going to get even more beat up. So I'm just looking at the numbers. I think it's time to hunker down because I want you to survive and thrive. But I don't think you should be out there running around trying to open up, trying to start house flipping right now. I don't think house flipping, I don't think it's time. I think housing, as interest rates go up, I think this thing could really freeze up. It's dependent on not only low interest rates, but are we seriously going to do down payments for people forever? Are we just going to keep extending this thing? It's really sad. If they wanted to call this a recovery, it's really sad recovery. It's been everything. Every number that they look at as a positive number can be directly linked to the government basically plugging the hole up, trying to paper over the mess. But anyway, Dow Jones 11,000, it's going to happen this week. More than likely, that's not a prediction or anything. I know people are like, hey, you said 11,000. Not saying any number. Look, guys, the thing's manipulated big time. Again, the wild card of wild cards is always the U.S. dollar. Because remember, like I said, the Dow going down is a short-term trade. Priced in dollars. Who knows what this thing's going to be like in 3, 4, 5 years from now? We could see Dow 100,000. I don't know. Anyway, I'm working on a new documentary that's going to be posted on the internet in a few weeks, hopefully. So wish me luck on that. I'll be really busy, so I won't be posting as many videos on the Victory Independence channel or the Vision Victory channel. But believe me, I'm out there. I'm reviewing the news sites. I'm on the St. Louis Federal Reserve site, BLS site. I'm digging, and when I get information, I'll bring it to you. All right, guys, thanks.